My name is Cedric Trumbull, and I've killed 737 dogs.
This week on Special Interests, we take you into the mind of Cedric Trumbull, dog killer.
I've killed every dog with my bare hands, from pit bulls to Malteses. I had to kill a rabid Chihuahua because he was about to attack a child. I was at a park and the dog was foaming at the mouth, and I didn't want that child to get rabies. I'd rather I get rabies than a child to get rabies. And people call the police because they see the way that I killed the dogs, because I don't have a knife or a gun, so the only way I can kill a dog is by my hands. And the very first time I killed a dog, I was in the forest reserves hiking, and somebody had a dog that got loose. It was a Doberman Pinscher, and I hadn't seen a Doberman Pinscher since the 80s. And then the dog comes running right at a group of children and their mom. I'm probably 75 feet away from them. The dog is probably 150 feet away from them in the opposite direction. But I hear the mom scream, so I turn around and I go into action immediately because I'm trying to save these children. And so I run and I make it to the people before the dog, and I stop, and I initially had the dog stand off. But then the dog decided that he was still gonna get what he wanted, and the master of the dog pissed me off because he didn't even have control of the dog. So the dog tries to come after me, and I shoot, and then he tries to get around me to the lady in the children's, and then I have to go and grab the dog. And so I run and I grab and I jump and I toast and I turn and I snapped his neck. I can't help it. It was either the children's and that lady or the dog. What was I supposed to do? I killed the dog. The owner of the dog was mad, but the lady told the police what happened, and everything was fine. But ever since then, it seems that God has chosen me to be in the right place and the right time 725 times. Because some of the times I had to kill multiple dogs. If people don't take care of their dogs and have them curbed, then they run rabid and they try to get people. And it's either let me watch a pit bull grab and dismember or disfigure a child, depending on how big the child is, he can kill the child. Or do I kill the dog? I choose kill the dog every time.
After hearing such a staggering death toll, we asked Cedric if there were any repercussions for his actions.
I've been to court 682 times because some of those things that they said were questionable, even though I had witnesses that thanked me for saving themselves or saving the children. They said there was other ways that I could have stopped the dog, but I can't stop a dog that don't want to be stopped. The only way you can stop a dog that don't want to be stopped is by killing him. I didn't have a gun or a knife or a bat. When I go out into the woods and have a good time, that's just me and nature. It's been another 45 to 65 times that I didn't have to kill the dog because the master came and got the dog and they went on about their way. But each time they was going to some defenseless people, especially the children's. I'm not gonna let nothing happen to a child in my watch. It's not gonna happen. They can call the police and I will go to jail for killing the dog. Your dog is foaming at the mouth and I kill it so that don't nobody get rabies. I done got rabies shots 75 times alone. I might have miscounted how many times I had rabies shots because your dog is foaming at the mouth because you let him get into some rat poison or something. And then I got, the dog, I got to go to the hospital and take shots and make sure that I don't have rabies to save the children. People can say what they want, but each and every time I go to jail, for saving the children. And if you don't like it, take care of your dog, keep him trained, and don't let him get loose, because if I'm in the vicinity and he's going after the children's or some defenseless woman or even a man that just is a scary man, I'm gonna help him out. It's human life over a dog life every day.
We asked Cedric to explain to us what happens when he's confronted by a dog.
I've developed a technique that's flawless, and I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I have to protect myself. So over the time of, I didn't even practice, it's just over the time of the dogs attacking the children, I have developed a way to get to the dog without harming myself. And every time it's just my instincts kick in. It's like a football player that runs a route, or the quarterback that can throw the ball in the corner of the end zone. It just happens that I have, after about the 100th dog, I realized that God has put me in this position, and He has given me the talent to be able to just naturally get the dog without really harming myself. I have some bruises and cuts here and there that healed over time, and but it's efficient. It's efficient now that I'm like an efficient quarterback. When I'm in a place and a dog is about to attack a child and I hear a mother screaming or a child screaming because the mother's not near or the father's not near, I spring into action. And when I get there and I get on the dog and I grapple him, and then I toss, and then I turn, and then I snap his neck. It just happens naturally. There's nothing I can do. It's a machine now. And that's why people think that it's intentional. But I'm not making your dog go crazy. I just so happen to be put in the position by God to be there to stop that vicious, evil, devil dog. And I don't understand why people don't get it. I can understand why the master, because they had put time and energy into that dog, but they didn't do a good job because the dog has turned mad and tried to attack some children. So the owner I can understand, but I don't understand these PETA folks. These PETA folks is mad that I'm killing a dog and they ain't paying attention to me saving the child. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You know, we live in a community of only 30,000 people. So I've killed 737 dogs in our community in under a 3-year span.
What Cedric said next even surprised us.
So, I'll show you the very spot where I killed my first dog. And it changed my life. Changed my life. At this very spot is where I killed my first dog. And I don't know what happened. I was walking, doing my normal walk, and it was a lady with her children, and they was walking here, and all of a sudden, I heard the master say, "Stop, Cephas." And I'm walking already, and Cephas was right there, and the children was there. I come from there to intersect him, and all I know is my instinct kicked in, and I went and I grabbed it, I turned, and I tossed, and I turned, and I tossed, and I turned, and I tossed, and I turned, until finally I snapped his neck, and he was lifeless. And the only thing I could do was think about that lady and her children, and I went to console them. But the master came and was mad at me. He called the police. I got locked up for saving children.
Cedric is an interesting individual. We're going to leave you with these final remarks from Cedric. And then you decide, Is Cedric a dog killer?
And God just continues to just guide me and has kept me safe from the people who tried to get me incarcerated. You know, I've been in the holding cell, but I have not gone to jail because the witnesses stepped forth. That's what's wrong with the world today. You're putting so much stuff into everything but human life. Human life is the most important thing. And you treat other humans well. They treat me like garbage in my community, except for the people whose children I've saved. They come over for Thanksgiving because they support me, because they understand.